Hey there, Beat fans. My name is Alex Liu. I'm the new media editor over at The Beat, and with me is...
Heidi MacDonald. I'm the editor-in-chief of The Beat. So, hi.
It's the Beat
Hello.
herself.
I am the Beat herself. Whoa, hey, Alex, what's going on? Where are we?
We are at San Diego Comic-Con. We are in the thick of it right now. We are literally in the middle of the show floor.
Oh my God.
And unlike in past years where DC dominated this middle, now we have Image Comics.
This is the story. The Image has replaced DC on the show floor. And you know what symbolically, I think it's huge, Alex. What do you think?
I absolutely 100% agree. In terms of being a publisher at San Diego Comic-Con, it means a lot that DC no longer has a singular presence here. It's been folded into WB.
Not only that, but who has replaced DC? Scholastic and Comixology. Now, I don't understand, Scholastic did not have a booth before, and they are the #1 graphic novel publisher. They sold 6 million copies of Dog Boy. And you know what? Dogman. And there's a huge line for Dogman.
In this giant show floor, there are a myriad of secrets to be held. There are announcements coming up throughout the weekend that we're going to be covering over at the Beats YouTube channel and on the website. Follow along all weekend. But we're going to try and see whether or not we can get any hot scoops right now. And we're going to do that by taking this box of donuts over to the publishers and saying, hey, what's going on? Do you want to trade tit for tat?
Wow, that's so smart, man. I mean, we can pretty much get anything we want if we bring donuts.
So we are, as we said before, at the center of the con, the Image booth.
Yeah.
What's Image doing here?
It all happens. We got a couple exclusives going on. Die is our big book that we're pushing right now. It's very exciting. Kieran Gillen is the writer and Stephanie Hong's the artist. We have the first trade available at the booth, and Kieran's doing a signing on Sunday.
So to cut straight to the chase, the reason why we're really here is to see that if we can get a secret out of you.
Oh!
And we have these donuts.
No secrets.
Listen,
Come
I know
on,
that Image
you
will have
gotta.
announcements this
No
weekend.
secrets. I know nothing.
These donuts are
about
amazing. You should try one and see if a secret comes out.
Well, look at this freaking. It's like as big as
Oh, I know. You break it, you bought it there, Marla. Break it in half, you bought it.
We have an exciting project that is coming out with Scott Snyder and Charles Soule, and that is on my See, I didn't even have to take a bite. I will say one thing. We've got some exciting Spawn exclusives too. That is also at our booth.
Well, Todd is right there.
Yes,
right there.
Todd, we just talked to
He's
Todd
been
last
hanging
night.
around. He'll be doing signings all weekend.
We're family now.
no.
We've broken bread together.
Yes.
And we got a secret out of you.
Yeah.
Yep,
So thank
that's
you very
it.
much for your time, Marla.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
We are over here at the Top Cow booth, and we're hanging out with Henry Barajas.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, Henry!
Hey.
Henry!
Love,
Henry!
what's going on?
Henry! What do you got there? Postal. Tell her what's up with Postal.
Deliverance. We're bringing it back after 25 issues. We have brought back the series with Matt Hawkins, Brian Hill, and Raphael Ienko.
Oh.
Recently had a heart attack, biked himself to the hospital, fought a guy, performed the surgery on himself.
No!
I don't know.
But he did really bike to the hospital?
Yeah, he didn't know he was having a heart attack.
Was he eating donuts at
I
the
don't know,
time?
probably. I don't know, but I want some. I used to run a donut shop, so this is their donut.
So are you
so we
feeling...
can't bribe you to tell us a secret by giving you a donut?
I don't know which donut am I getting?
I mean, which one do you want?
I want that one.
You got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Creme
All right, but you got to tell us a secret.
A secret. My comic is coming out in November. It's being solicited in the November solicits for previews.
Ooh.
It's not been announced formally.
So this
is
actually is an announcement.
Yeah.
And what is the name of your book, Henry?
La Voz de Mayo Tata Rambo. And I've had a lot of help from the Beat.
What can you tell us about the story?
The story about my great-grandfather. He fought in World War II. He was an orphan. He helped one of the last Native American tribes become recognized in the 70s. And it's just a very personal story about my hometown, about Native Americans and Mexican Americans.
Sorry, you get a donut, Henry. You get a donut.
Thank you.
Yes.
And buy Postal Deliverance. Put it on your pull list. It's awesome.
And now we're here with Matt Hawkins. He's the man in charge over at Top Cow. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Matt and I are old buds, and we talk about everything. So, Matt, I know you know everything. So, what we're doing here is maybe if you can tell us a secret, we'll give you a donut.
Well, donuts are bad for you, so I'll tell you a secret that I don't want to know.
Are you sure they're really
Yeah.
good donuts?
No thanks. There's no nutritional value in those things whatsoever.
Wow, we have a very anti-donut stance here from Matt, okay? I just want that noted. Yeah, all right, tell me a secret then.
Fair enough. That thing from the Robert Kirkman, we did the thing about image,
Yeah.
about how Rob and I were listening to the image meeting through the door. That's true.
All right, well, there you go. You heard
People were
it.
saying that wasn't true, but yeah, it was true.
Bring
Yeah.
back-
You've got a Top Cow panel coming up later this week,
Yes,
right?
Saturday at 11 o'clock in room 4. It used to be in room 9. We've been in room 9 every year for like 15 years.
You see what I'm saying,
And
Matt?
moved to room
Everything
4.
is changing. It's
a little weird.
changing. You got a new room. It's not. We got to adapt, or
brand new
we
era
got to
for Comic-Con.
adapt to survive, man.
It is interesting. I'll tell you the one fascinating thing to me right now is how much of our business is shifting to conventions and e-commerce.
Oh, really?
Because I ran some numbers recently, and almost 90% of our business in 2000 was direct market comic stores.
Wow.
It's about 30% now.
Okay, 90% in 2000 and 30% and
19 years later.
19 years later. Okay, well that's a good secret. I know you don't eat donuts, but that was donut worthy.
All right, now we're over at the top shelf annex of the IDW booth, and we're here with James Kochalka. How you doing?
Hello. I mean, I'm good.
So what's that?
So I have to tell a secret again.
Yeah.
My publish list over there really wants me to tell you
Well, we could-
you the publishing secret, but
Well, why don't you
I'm
tell
kind
us
of excited
the
about the music
secret?
secret.
Let's talk
Okay,
about
so the publishing secret is so I have this book series, Glorkian Warrior, and I did 3 books with First Second. I'm going to start a new Glorkian Warrior book series with Top Shelf
Oh,
called
wow.
Glork Patrol.
Clark Patrol. Oh. You know, that's a good secret. All right, let's get a shot of James eating this donut. Ooh, it made a sound.
All right, we're still hanging out at the top shelf booth. We're here with Justin Eisinger, editor at IDW. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Alex. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You're like a lot of energy.
Especially when you're eating these
Day one of
donuts.
Comic-Con, Alex is all fired up.
Well,
I've got about 10 more minutes of this left. Man, what's the quality content that you're holding
Yeah,
in your hand?
anyways, I'm plugging a book that I worked on for the past 2.5 years. You might have heard of it by now. It's called They Called Us Enemy. It's George Takei's personal memoir of his time as a 5-year-old boy, spending 4 years in American concentration camps here in the United States during World War II. It's a heart-rending sort of story about obviously a very painful subject, but it's filled with George's optimism, and obviously we know George is a major social icon and social media icon, so it's a story that ultimately has a happy ending in this individual case. So I think it has a lot to say about the current events now and things that are going right now.
What was it like writing alongside George?
Right, and I'm borrowing this line from my co-writer Stephen Scott. Being around George Takei makes you want to be a better person. He's just an amazing talent, and I mean, whether he's an 82-year-old gentleman, and I've watched him perform on stage his Allegiance musical and in evenings in Los Angeles, and then entertain in the green room until the wee hours of the morning. It's pretty impressive. So.
Well, I mean, if you're interested in telling us another secret, you're welcome to have a donut.
The secret is I'm not gonna have a donut. They look delicious, but it's the con. I've been eating heavy anyway, right? The dinners, the lunches.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be a well-behaved editor and writer today and say no to donuts.
oh my God.
We did it.
Look at that size of that thing.
Heidi, look. Everything the light touches is WB's kingdom.
The kingdom is endless, Alex. Oh, look. Well, there's a thing for Mitch Gerads and Tom Kane. Oh, look. Alex, do you think they'll want a donut? Tom, Mitch, remember me? Hi. Remember me? Do you think we can do it? Will they let us in to give them donuts? There, I did it. I'm in, guys. I'm in.
There's other ones. Got a Pop-Tart donut. I get the no, that's not any. That's
You
not
know,
gonna happen.
oh,
Here's the thing.
It was a mission.
In exchange for donuts, we've been asking for secrets.
We can announce our next project if we win an ISER. That's the
Oh, okay.
We don't know if we're going to win on it or not, so hopefully you voted. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so stay tuned, right?
All right, part 2. Da, 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 da. Wow, that was amazing. Well,
did it.
Yeah, we did it. Oh my God, we did it. Alex, wow, what a journey. Whoa. Whew.
I know, we had to wind through some crowds.
Yeah, and also the booth is enormous. It is the biggest booth that's ever been here at Comic-Con.
Really? Yeah, I mean, you've come to this a lot longer than I have, so
what
I
could
don't
be
know.
bigger? I mean, it's like, this Mortal Engines, or like the big thing, or, the opening of Return of the Jedi when the ship comes over the horizon. This booth is enormous.
Sure.
Let's have those two classic sci-fi references there.
Yeah, just swallow a couple other cities, and then here you go. There's the
that's-
DC booth in 2019.
That is how it works. Alex, what do you think of this booth?
I mean, I'm a little bit mixed. So, like, on the one hand, I really do admire the scope of it. It's gorgeous, and like, it's a lot more blown out than any DC booth that's ever been before. But on the other hand, you really do lose some amount of personality when you've mixed the comics in entirely with like everything else that's going on at WB. Like the comics used to be their own thing, and now they are part of a larger empire, and that has a lot of benefits, but it also has some costs.
So, here's what I think. I also have mixed feelings, and like I'm old enough and I've been to so many Comic-Cons. Like the first time, if I was, when I was a young whippersnapper, I would have been like, I hate this is terrible, how dare they? And I actually am feeling that to some extent, but I'm also like, thus it doth change. And I mean, you know what? This is an overwhelming booth that is very strong for the WB brand. And as an example of integrating one brand, all creation under one brand, it is very effective. I'm going to say that. Now, is it losing the identity of having DC Comics? Absolutely. I mean, we just did that little thing, but I mean, it was weird to be behind a rope and the cartoonists were on the other side of the rope. I felt a little like, whoa, what is happening?
Yeah, when I first came to comics, one of the things I really admired about it a lot was the fact that the barrier to entry felt relatively low, in the sense that you could really just walk up to the creators who you admired and say, hey, I really love your work. But on the other hand, at the same time, I've also been someone who really wants to advocate for the idea that comics creators are special, and they're putting themselves out there in their work every single day, and they're doing great things, and I've always wanted to have better treatment than they've gotten in the past, and to some extent what we just saw is an example of that.
I agree with that, and I mean, it is nice to see cartoonists and creators put on at the level of the star of a TV show on the WB or the CW, the CW. You know what? I think we've kind of come full circle here. I mean, talking about the first Comic-Con 50 years ago and how there was 300 people, and it's so vivid that people could just go up to Jack Kirby and go up to Ray Bradbury and everyone who was there and have these really intimate interactions with them, and that was that wonder, that magic that kind of made Comic-Con and made it grow. And now here we've come to the absolute end of the road of that, where you have to have a ticket, you have to get in line, and they're sitting behind a rope, and it's a big plastic disc, and I mean, it's the exact opposite of that, and what would Jack have said? Well, Jack might have drawn that. It is kind of Kirby-esque here, I'll say that. And maybe he would have, I think he would have maybe enjoyed the fact that he was being treated on this level. And look, we'll be hanging out with Nick Darrington later tonight at the bar, so it's not like we can't see our friends still. So, they'll still be part, I think they're still with us, whether, part of Hoi Polloi, I hope.
Listen, like Matt and you were saying earlier, you got to evolve or die.
Evolve or die. So that's the story here from Comic-Con 2019.